Here is some of my made potpourri. It smells wonderful. I make it constantly, all year through, and all these bits and pieces are from the deadheading that I do in my garden. Of course, I'm lucky enough to have a garden, and I go around with this plastic bowl daily, and I drop all the deadheadings inside it, and I bring it back to my kitchen where it just sits around on the radiators. They're not on because it's summer now, but in the winter they dry very quickly. So this is made potpourri. I wish you could smell it. It's absolutely delicious. The only thing that's missing here is the lavender that I grow, and I'm going to show you the lavender now, which I will pick and dry and add to this potpourri, which I keep in a bag hanging on a hook behind my kitchen door. So I pick all sorts of heads off my flowering plants, which makes them flower more, and currently I've had a lot of pansies. Here is a little container of pansies, badly affected by the drought that we're having. We are in the middle of a dreadful drought. But these need deadheading, and later I'll come and do it. So the yellow dries very well, and the blue holds its colour, and so does the lavender. So I deadhead these daily, and they have been wonderful until we have come to this drought. Here is a rose that we planted in memory of our dog Bobby. But I have learned these petals, which are packed and full, dry into a tan colour, so I don't normally pick these petals. Here is a statue of our dog Bobby. He was a standard Yorkie. This does not depict how he really looked, but it's a stone that is in front of his rose that commemorates that this rose was planted in his memory. Here are more pansies ready for deadheading. But I'm picking the last ones for my potpourri. This is a clematis, and it's been wonderful. And I'm wondering where the clematis petals would dry nicely, but I don't know. Here on the earth underneath, I've already picked a lot up. There are dropped petals. I think I might try drying them. I'm going to try some of these, but I think maybe they will dry brown. But they're full of bees this morning. Bees enjoying them. Little British honeybees. Here is my lavender. Usually it's full of bumblebees. Oh, there's a bumblebee now. They love my lavender, and I simply pick the heads off, pull them off with my fingers, and these dry and go into my potpourri. And in fact, this is what I need to harvest now, because this year my potpourri has not yet had lavender added to it. I see there are some bees here as well as our friend the bumblebee. Beautiful creatures. This is lavender all along my fence. It has already been picked. The neighbours have picked some. They're going on a trip to Europe and they took some with them in a little muslin bag. There's a bumblebee. So we need to leave enough for the bees and the bumblebees. I've picked some more this morning and I'm going to pick the rest from my desert garden. Here are my gleanings on my little walk making this movie. And this I'm going to just toss in to my bowl in the lounge where it can dry and make the lounge smell beautiful. This material is not made potpourri. It's simply deadheadings that are drying in ordinary room temperature. But I reckon that looks very pretty and it's sure going to smell nice. I am continuing my potpourri video. This is a flower arrangement that a friend brought me 2 weeks ago actually, summer flowers. They've all dried off beautifully. They will all make lovely potpourri. And this I showed you in a cut in my video is my potpourri collection. This is not potpourri. This is just dried flower heads that I chuck in there and somehow they dry beautifully. My potpourri is actually in this bag. This bag. I don't know if you can see it. I'm a one-handed person, so it's difficult for me. Here are these little bags, and I often pack potpourri in those little bags. But this is actually very old potpourri. Some of it is already still from my last house. And the fragrance is just stunning. This new color is going to be added to this potpourri. And then I do add oils and lots of lavender, which I grow in my garden. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And then I pack this potpourri in these little bags. Now I've got them of all colors, white, turquoise, gold, black. It looks good in any of these little bags, and they go out as gifts or thank yous to the neighbours. Wonderful in a wardrobe or behind a door in a room. So there we are. That's how I make potpourri. So all year the flowers are just drying somewhere, not with any oils or anything, just looking beautiful. Any flowers, bouquets you've had, garden flowers, all the heads dry beautifully. And then those are put in my potpourri bag, which happens to have tomatoes on it, and packed in little bags that just happen to be red today, but I've got all colours, and given away as thank yous and gifts. Nobody has ever said, "Oh, yuck, potpourri. I don't like potpourri." Everybody loves it. A little magic from nature. Thank you.